All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Give me a call on the Borders and Borders hotline. 412-575-2600 is the number. You can also send me a tweet, Rich Walsh. I'm easy to get a hold of unless I blocked you or muted you. But if I did that, then something had to be wrong because I only block mean people. So if you're a nice person, make sure you tweet me. All right, let's go right out to the phone lines. And we're going to go out to Joe out in Penn Hills. How you doing, Joe? What's up?
Hey, Rich. How you doing?
What's going on, man?
Good. You know, I was listening to Josh Taylor this morning on 93.7, and he gave the three Pirates that are really doing very well, and then the three that are like haven't done too well. And Neverauskas, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he gave him the worst rating, so, you know, and I've been watching this guy down in spring training. He didn't do anything, but he came, you know, north, and he keeps putting him in the sixth inning and the fifth inning, and the guy hasn't done anything. Why is he here? Well,
they need guys like him, Smoker, just to get them to Feliz and Contos and Rivero. You got to get these are the guys that you're just trying to get get those guys in the game, and somehow these guys are the ones. I still like this bullpen. I really do. And, you know,
Rich,
I don't know if they have a better option, Joe. That's I don't know.
Don't they have anybody else on the minors, maybe if a guy's not doing a job?
Well, yeah, they do, but I think he likes these guys. I'm not going to question him. It's really early in the season.
Okay, okay.
You know,
I'll go along with it. I guess I'm just a little bit. Hey, they're I'm
six.
A diehard,
yeah, me too. They're 6-2, and I want to see them do really well. I really do.
Me too.
And
have a good weekend, brother.
You too, buddy. Thanks for calling. I always enjoy callers from Penn Hills calling here. I want to see the Pirates do well too. I'm not gonna be overly optimistic or overly pessimistic right now. I think the bullpen is one of the strengths of this team, and you got to get the Smokers and the Neverauskas, and they got to get you to Feliz, or your starting pitcher has to go a little bit longer. Cole only went 5 innings, and he was struggling in the 5th inning, but got out of it. And the Pirates are still in control, but you know that bullpen let them down a little bit, like they did in that first game. They didn't let. I mean, they won the season opener, but it could have went the other way. So. I think the bullpen is going to be one of the strengths. I really do. But I still think this team's a 500 team. You know, I really wish they would have spent the $20 million that they saved from McCutchen and Cole and maybe boosted this team a little bit and got them up to like 85, 87 projected win mark. But right now, I know a lot of fans are still down on them despite the fast start. I still like them to finish around 500. That's where I think this team is right now. All right, back out the phone lines. We're going to go out to, who are we going out to? Rob in the Hill District. What's up, Rob?
Hey, Richie, listen. All the hoopla about this Jeff Capel hire, man, this man ain't hired now. One assistant. His recruiting got to go on. If Brandon Knight was coming to be assistant coach, he would have been accepted or denied the job. He must ain't take the job. This man don't know assistants want to come here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you hear rumors, and maybe he's doing his due diligence. You know, I know I think that they retained a couple guys from the staff. The video guy, they're not assistant coaches. He needs a top assistant coach, and I don't know if he's waiting for someone. We heard that he reached out to a couple guys. We know that he wants Brandon Knight. But does Brandon Knight have another option out there? You would think that he would be the first chair here, and this would be a good opportunity, but maybe he can go to a smaller school and be a head coach. I don't know that scenario yet. And, you know, yeah, you definitely want him to get his staff in place, but if he's the guy that's going out and recruiting guys right now, and it sounds like he went to Kennedy Christian and went to Butler on his own, that's the guy you want going anyways. So if he's going to do the work right now and try to fill out his staff, I'm not panicking just yet. I mean, he probably has another, you know, couple weeks to get everyone in place, and I'm sure he knows the guys that he's going to hire, and it's just waiting to be announced publicly. I really like the hire, Rob. I don't know if you're still there, but I like it. I think it was a home run. I really do. They might not be, you know, a tournament team next year, any tournament, but maybe in 2-3 years. I think there's some excitement at least around the program right now, unlike when Stallings was here. I think some of these, I would imagine that all these other guys are going to want to stay, even Marcus Carr, and if they don't, no big deal. They were 0-19 with them. They could be 0-19 without him. I'm sure that they're going to be better if some of these guys do stay. But I like Jeff Capel. I think he's going to get a staff in place. I think everyone hopes that it would be Brandon Knight here. He could help. He's a Pittsburgh guy. If not, I'm sure he's going to find someone else. And I think they'll be in good shape. You hear rumors about Mike Rice. That would be another solid hire. I'd be on board with either one of those guys for sure. All right, let's go out to the phone lines. Excuse me. Let's go out to Terry in Gibsonia. How you doing, Terry?
Good. I think that the Pirates are playing low-end competition right now.
No question. No question about that. Yep, you're right.
And we should be happy that they're beating at least these teams, but I think in the long haul, they're going to be 500, like you said, and they should have invested more into the team this year. And I think the middle relief is pitiful so far, and I'm optimistic that it'll turn around, like you said. But hopefully the starting pitching will pitch later into games.
Yeah,
and that'll help the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think one starter went through 6 innings so far. They need guys going into 6. You need to get your starter into the 6th at least, and that hasn't happened. But your ace is on the mound tomorrow. That's a game that they should win against this team. As long as they can take 3 out of 4 against the Reds and 2 out of 3 against the Reds and just continue to beat bad teams, they're going to be in good shape because they're going to have a good record in April. That's something that this team usually doesn't do. But this is a favorable April, and if they can jump out to a good start and have a decent record, maybe get some confidence. I mean, you can feel that this team has some confidence right now, too, and I think that does go a long way. But, yes, I mean, this team is going to be judged by that series here this week coming up against the Cubs and how they do. They got to at least win one of those games, and, if they win 2, then that's a win for them. But they have really, when you look at this month, they have a lot of bad teams. But this is a, quote, bad team too. But if they're a better bad team, they should win those games. So I like the way this is set up for them. And it's definitely going to get tougher once we hit May for sure. Terry.
And I'm happy about Polanco's output so far, and I think he's going to have an outstanding year.
I hope so. He was hurt today, though, so foot discomfort. Here we go again. He didn't start. Adam Frazier filled in for him. But, yeah, Gregory Polanco's off to a great start. I just hope this is nothing serious. It doesn't sound like it's anything serious, but I'm hopeful that he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. All right, thanks a lot, Terry. I really appreciate it. We're going to get back out of the phone lines when we return here in a couple minutes, back after this short message.